wanted to take the time and make a review about Citadelle Del More. I think this is probably one of the better maps in the Black Ops series or Zombies universe, if I can say that. I don't want to give it like the best map of all time heading or like top 5 yet, because it's only been out like a week, and like I think that'd be kind of like crazy if we don't, you know, get some time to marinate with it. I mean, I would say I think overall this is probably the better maps in the last like 5-6 years. Maybe since like BO3, Cold War has some good maps. Der Eisendrache, I think this competes with like Der Eisendrache because you had the 4 elemental bows versus the 4 elemental swords in this one. And I think both maps have their like pros and cons. I don't want to get too much into Der Eisendrache, but like that had a crazy Easter egg with some great bows and a great boss fight. And then we come to Citadelle Del More, which has an equal great Easter egg, great swords, and a great boss fight. I suppose it comes down to like personal preference, but I like Citadelle Del More a little bit better than Der Eisendrache at this point, but only time will tell. The one thing I really enjoyed about this map is like when you spawn in, the first thing you see is a huge like golem statue, and it's the actual boss. I even thought to myself when I spawned in, this is probably going to be the boss, and it was, which was amazing. It's almost like foreshadowing and like storytelling, you know. What makes a zombie map a great zombie map? I think that's the continuity of how the map actually plays, which doesn't necessarily mean the layout of a map, but this map has a really good layout. It's almost like a tiered map. It has the top of the castle, the bottom of the undercroft area where the pack-a-punch is. You can shoot yourself out of a cannon to go back to the spawn area. There's a few fast travels you can use. For instance, the sewer where you can shoot the Raven, or you can just take the portal. There's also a lot of places to train zombies at in this map, with open wide areas or small tight lanes that lead to like a longer stretch of an area, like on top of the castle by the cannon. Or now that I'm thinking about it, even like under the cannon, that area, there's like tiered layers of like walkways that you can utilize to get around zombies when training them. But I'm also referring to the Easter egg steps. How the Easter egg steps make you build the 4 elemental swords and get the incantations. And then those swords and incantations lead to like the next steps of the Easter egg. So the continuity of all these steps coming together just makes the map feel that much better. And it's also like rewarding that you did something to do something else, which leads up to like an epic boss fight. I think those things make a great zombie map, especially for an Easter. Another great aspect of this map is the side Easter eggs. There's a few that you can do that give you some pretty good rewards. There's a 20k point Easter egg, which I'm not really sure how to do just yet. There's one where you have to pick up some liquor bottles and then bartend the zombies for a free PhD. And there's a bunch of shootable power-up drops around the map you can get. If I missed a side Easter egg or I didn't mention it, just let me know in the comments below. Which all feel very rewarding doing. So does it feel? I think they're kind of long to do too, but like the payoff is good. Also, there's the addition of Vulture Aid, which make BO6 zombies that much better to play. Before Vulture Aid, it was really hard getting points, ammo, and salvage. Now with Vulture Aid in the zombies maps now, we can get salvage much faster and level up our guns. And buy, you know, score streaks and tacticals and things like that, grenades. I didn't think Vulture Aid was actually going to be good, but it's actually probably an S tier perk now, I believe. Or maybe even like a high A tier. Just because it makes you get salvage that much faster. Points and ammo, which is huge. You have to spend less points buying ammo now since ammo drops. Also, melee macchiato being utilized in the Easter egg. I remember thinking back when I first saw this perk, I'm like, this perk is so useless. You get less points per melee, but now when you combine it with Vulture Aid, melee and zombies has a chance to like, or you know, killing a zombie has a chance to drop extra points. Plus, melee macchiato is utilized in the Easter egg step, opening up a wall to see symbols. Which I always kind of liked when they incorporated things like that, like you need this perk for an Easter egg step. I like those sort of things for an Easter egg, because it makes that perk on that map that much more important. The one thing I didn't like though was there isn't any PhD on this map unless you do like the side Easter egg or get a perkaholic gobblegum. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the elemental swords a little bit. The swords are a great addition to this map, mainly because they all have their unique properties, along with incantations. I'm not going to rank the swords in this video, but I do believe each sword has like a good property about it, and some of those properties are better than others. But since I'm talking about this map as a whole, I'll just keep the swords, you know, as a positive part of the whole experience. I guess like the only downside of the sword is you have to create all 4 for the Easter egg, but they're really not that hard to do at all. Unlike in Dreisendrach, I think you had to build like one bow maybe. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to rank them. I would put Durandal, the lightning sword, last, just because it's kind of annoying to get and you have to wait for a zombie to spawn in to drop a lightning rod. I would put Caliburn third, the flame sword. It's easy to get, but I'm pretty sure when you do the ultimate ability on it, it takes off your armor if you're near it. Or unless I was just getting hit by zombies or something and I thought it was that. I would say the Soleus, the light sword, is second, and the Balmung is the number 1 for me. I just like it because the ability is like a black hole, sucks all the zombies up, spits them out, and it's just fun to use. Although a hidden talent on the lightning sword does do like a Wonder Waft charge every once in a while when it's charged up and you're swinging it at zombies. That is a huge plus on that sword. Actually, if you're just going to play the map and you're just going to run around, I would definitely just build all 4 swords and try them out. If you're not going to do the Easter egg, at least build the swords and use them. Oh, and get the incantations too. Find out how to get those because they're also really fun to use and can get you out of some sticky situations. So not 1, not 2, but 4 swords and 4 incantations. They're kind of like a combination wonder weapon in my mind, which then again makes this map that much better. You can even combine swords with a different incantation. Like say I want to use a light sword and have the lightning incantation on. Like that's pretty good. It gives you variety, I would say, you know. Also, there's like a variety of zombies on the map. You have the spitters, you have the spiders, you have regular zombie, armored zombies, you have night zombies, which drop the stamps to unlock the swords. And then you have the Doppelgast, which to me is like an abomination and an amalgam, like had a baby or something. And this is like their spawn. They're not very hard to kill at all. They have a few moves where they rip your armor off. They'll like spit at you and shred your armor, and when you destroy them, they'll explode and take some of your armor off too. They will grab you and suck you in, and they'll do a little bit of damage to you, but it doesn't really take a lot of health away. It's just more annoying than anything. I'm just glad there's no manglers on this map. Like the March of the Manglers is nowhere to be found, which is amazing. And I also want to talk about the boss fight. The animation to where you open up the boss fight is like pretty good. It gets you like souped up to get into that fight and see what it's going to be like when you first do it. The boss has a few phases, I think it's 3 phases. Like one phase he sits there and spits fire at you, throws a sword down, kicks you, and then you do a few rounds of like killing zombies, and then he'll run around all fast trying to hit you with a sword, doing stomps, shooting flames. He's much quicker in these in the later phases. I think the boss fight has a few unique ways of going at it. I've seen speedrunners use a drill and take him down. I've seen people just shooting him until he goes down, using manglers, the mutagen injections. So there's not one way of doing it. There's plenty ways of doing this boss fight, and that's totally up to how you want to play. Took me a few tries to actually beat the boss fight. I had to do it with a friend. I went in there unprepared the first time. Second time I tried doing the drill strat and failed miserably. That's why I think this map is a good map, because it offers a variety of ways to play it. There's not one set way of doing this map. There's a bunch of set ways, and you do it the way you want to do it. I would say the only negative note that I have on this map is the Easter egg was too easy to find. I believe all the YouTubers, the big YouTubers out there, found it within a day. I like when a map offers some challenge, more of a puzzle themed, I guess, Easter egg. I just like when the Easter egg hunt lasts a few days or more than 24 hours. Because I myself can't participate in it since I do work a full-time job. I just do this as a hobby. And I love zombies, so. There's not too many cons to this map, but also another one would be the length of the Easter egg getting up to the boss fight. I know speedrunners are doing it in like 25 minutes now, but for regular people, it takes a good hour or two just to get to the boss fight. So you're in this map for 1 to 2 to 3 hours, setting up, getting ready, and then going in, which takes a long time. So overall, if I had to give this map a score, I would probably give it an 8.5 or 9. Right now, I'm leaning more towards the 8.5 since the map hasn't been out too long. And that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about how you scored this map. If there's anything you don't like about the map, or anything that you think I should have put in the video that I missed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.